Good morning. Out for my third run today in the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. Now, the Puma Deviate Nitro 2 was a shoe that I really liked as a daily shoe that could also do tempo paces. And this is the next iteration of that. This shoe's actually been out for a while, but I didn't get it because I just have a lot of shoes. But I eventually was really enjoying the Deviate Elite 3, the Fast R3, the Mag Max. So my whole Puma rotation was doing great. This was really the only shoe I didn't have that I wanted to get. So I was able to pick them up on sale. First thing I'll say about this shoe, if you have a wide foot, look elsewhere. If you need room in the toe box, look elsewhere. This might have one of the most narrow toe boxes of any shoe I've ever worn, and it kind of tapers in a weird way. I don't know whose foot is shaped like that. I don't know what last they're going off of to have that shape in the toe box. However, it does fit really snugly in the toe box, so it has a performance kind of fit that you'd look for from a race shoe. But the degree to which it kind of bends in is weird. I haven't seen that really in any other shoe. So that would be a negative if you have a wider foot or need volume in the toe box. This shoe is just out immediately. But I like everything else about it. I like the tongue, I like the laces. The fit in the instep is good. I have a good lockdown in this shoe. And probably the most important thing is the midsole in this shoe has a top layer of Puma's Nitro Elite foam, which is one of the best foams that's out there, and then the regular Puma Nitro foam on the bottom, and sandwiched between them is a carbon infused plate. So this shoe really does have the bounce, the energy return, the firmness that you can still run fast in it without it getting too soft. So it's a very balanced kind of midsole where you're able to get daily run type performance from it if you lay off the gas a little bit, but if you want to do some intervals or really turn up the speed, it's capable of doing that as well. So what I'm actually going to do today, I'm going to do some hill reps. So I'm going to do a warm-up and run up some hills, jog back down them, so I'll get myself nice and sweaty and tired today. But this is something that this shoe can really excel at, since it's good at the warm-up and the cool down, and it's also good at picking up the pace when I want to. So let's see how my run goes today. Well, Puma completes their lineup to me with another very good offering. This shoe has a very good combination of softness, firmness, and propulsiveness. And what I mean by that is you don't sink into it too much, but you sink into it enough that it's comfortable. It has a propulsive kind of bounce and feeling from the carbon plate that's in here, but it's not a super stiff plate, so it really just gives you that forward rolling assistance without being too in your face. So it's kind of like a relaxed speed, if that makes sense. Something that I think is kind of interesting too, I think this would be a good race shoe for someone who's like new to carbon shoes, or you just don't want to spend more than $200. That 5-mile run I did on Monday, I wore the Edge Tokyo, and I had some issues actually in that race that I'll talk about in another video where I talk about that race. But one of them was overpronation. That shoe is very narrow in the heel, so it had me kind of turning in later there, where this one has much more of a solid base. I think I would have done better in that race in this shoe actually than that one. So that's for another video, but I'll get a little bit more into this once I get back inside. So Puma just keeps pumping out one great shoe after the next, so I'm very impressed with them as a brand this year for sure. This is the Deviate Nitro 3. This is the Deviate Nitro 2. Now, this shoe I have 125 miles on. This shoe I have 20 miles on, so obviously much newer. If you look at the outsole of this one, though, it looks like I haven't even used it. This Puma Grip outsole is one of the grippiest, most durable, best outsoles there is. The pattern's a little bit different on this shoe. They actually are kind of mimicking the design of the Deviate Nitro Elite 3 a little bit more with this shoe. If we look at the outsole there, it looks very similar. They both have the power plate. They have similar dimensions in the outsole and the midsole. You can see this one has a little bit more padding, has a little bit thicker application of that Puma grip, and a little bit more of it in the heel area. But one thing that I pointed out earlier, if you look at this shoe, why does it curve so much? This is a really weird shape that I haven't seen in any other shoe. If you put it straight, the shoe is bending that way. And that's not the case with this one. I mean, it does not have that degree of lean to it. So this is very very low in the toe box and has that kind of extreme angle to it. So if you have a wider foot, this is really not a good shoe in the forefoot. It's a very narrow toe box and very low, not a lot of volume in there. The dimensions of this shoe are very similar to the Deviate Nitro 2. This one was 10.44 ounces, 295 grams in a US 12, had 38 millimeters of stack in the heel and 30 in the forefoot for an 8 millimeter drop. This one gained a little bit of weight. It's 11.23 ounces, 318 grams, 39 in the heel, 29 in the forefoot for a 10 millimeter drop. So it has a little bit larger drop. It's a little bit heavier shoe. You don't really feel that difference too much though. And the plate in here is really nice, where it is actually decently firm, but the shoe still has some give to it. It doesn't feel as extreme as a full-on race shoe. And this has that dual density midsole. It's kind of easier to see in this one, where this top layer is the Nitro Elite foam and the bottom layer is Puma's regular Nitro foam. This has the same setup. So it has a top layer of the really good Nitro Elite and then the little less bouncy Nitro foam in the heel. However, this foam is much firmer and much more stable. So I actually get really good stability from this shoe. It has a nice lockdown over the midfoot. The tongue and the lacing is pretty much exactly the same. There's a little bit more padding in the heel collar of the new shoe. So they made this one a little bit more daily trainery to me. But it still has that ability to do an easy run and a tempo run and to go between them really seamlessly. So if you're doing a type of run where you have a warm up and a cool down, this shoe still feels good going those slower paces, but then it can really turn up the pace when you call upon it to do that. This shoe is also $160, and at that price point, I think you're getting a lot for your money here. I probably have to do a matchup of shoes around this price point and maybe take it out against the Boston 13, the Evo SL, see how those shoes kind of compare. But I do really enjoy running in this one. That hill rep one that I did recently, I really enjoyed it. Busting up those hills, it felt very strong. I felt the power in my legs. I could really deliver it through the carbon plate in this shoe, and it was just great for that workout. Now, could someone race in this shoe? Definitely. Would I personally? No, because it's too heavy. This is too much weight to be a true tempo shoe or race shoe, especially when Puma has other shoes in their lineup like this one. This one comes in at 7.79 ounces or 220 grams, so it's significantly lighter than this one. This one really does feel heavy in hand compared to this one. However, this one's a $230 race shoe versus a $160 shoe. Durability wise though, this one is still holding up really well. As far as super shoes go, I have to say this one is very durable. It also has the Puma grip. It has the full forefoot covered and then the strips on the outside. You can even see though the exposed foam is discolored, but it's not really worn away at all. So this is holding up really well. And let me double check the amount of miles. There's 74 miles on this pair, and they're doing really well. I like the tongue. I like the comfort of this shoe. This one has all the Nitro Elite foam, so that's that little bit softer, bouncier aliphatic TPU. Has the firmness of the plate, but this aliphatic TPU is not as soft as the Flight Foam Leap, which is the new foam that ASICS is using in their Tokyo series. So this one has a really nice, a little bit of going in and coming back, giving you that energy return, but this one doesn't feel as squirrely to me as that shoe, and it doesn't feel as soft. So this kind of has a really nice balance in the foam, where it kind of reminds me more of the Light Strike Pro that's in the Evo SL and the Adios Pro 3, but has a little bit more bounce and a little bit more softness than those shoes do. As of right now, the year's not over yet, but Puma is my brand of the year for this year right now. They just keep putting out one good shoe after the next. Right now, the Mag Max is my favorite Max Cushion shoe. I am going to order the new Vomero Plus, and we'll see if that one can dethrone it. But right now, that one's my favorite in the Max Cushion category. This is a really good tempo shoe. The up top and this one here, the Deviate Elite 3 is an excellent race shoe, and then the Fast R3 is one of the fastest race shoes that I've ever used. So Puma's just really killing it in every category. But I think this is a really good do-it-all versatile daily trainer that can also do tempo runs and faster runs as well. It's not too soft that it's going to bottom out. It's going to be durable, it has good grip, and it would be comfortable to use for long runs as well as tempo sessions. So let me know in the comments if you've run in this shoe or any other Puma shoes that I named in this video, how you're using them, how you're liking them. For me right now, Puma is just killing the game. So I'll see you in the next one.